Good afternoon. Today I'm going to show you how I make my grow boxes. I'm going to use probably different tools than I made the other ones. I wanted to try to make them in a way that anybody that has these basic tools can make them. But here is that Fukienti that you've seen in my videos in the grow box. As you can see, it's doing really well in this grow box, and I want to show you how to make these, how I made them, and hopefully you're able to enjoy this video and be able to take from it and be able to make your own. So I hope you enjoy. Okay, so to begin, some of the basic tools that you're going to need. You're going to need some wood glue, a tape measure, a pencil, 1 1/4 inch nails, a hammer. If you have a circular saw or a hand saw, those are the basic tools. Some of the other tools that will help that are additions to kind of making this a little bit easier to do. Obviously you can get a square to help make sure the box is straight. And another thing, while you're putting together, having some type of clamps to be able to hold the boards together as you're putting them together. The material that we're going to be using today to make the boxes is going to be cedar fence pickets. You can find them at your local hardware store, roughly about $3.50, and they come in 6-foot lengths. So you could make at least, depending on the size of your boxes, you could make at least 2 at the most out of one 6-foot picket. The reason why we're using cedar is it is very resilient to water and rot. So it takes a long time for it to rot. Our boxes are going to last at a minimum of 3 years and to a maximum of 5 years. So these boxes should last us for a few years. So as we're measuring the box, the total width is 7.5, but our individual planks, they're actually only 7 inches. So, and each one, I believe, is 7 inches, yes. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to measure 7 inches on our piece of wood. So now we need to cut the width of the side. And so the easiest way to do it is we can take this is about a little over 5.5 inches wide, or a little over 5 inches wide. So we want to take about half of that, which I believe, measuring this one, we are at 2 3/4 width. So we're going to cut this one in half at 2 3/4, and that'll give us 2 pieces out of this one 7-inch piece. So the actual width of this piece appears to be 5 1/4. So half of that, measured and did the math, is going to be, we want to mark it at 2 5/8 will give us the middle. And how we can check that is we can put our measuring tape right here, and as you can see, we're roughly right about 2 5/8. Here's where having the clamps will be very helpful in holding this piece of wood as I do the cut. So there is our two sides. Now we just need to make two more. So we'll cut another 7-inch piece and then we'll cut it in half at the 2 5/8 measurement. So one little trick you can do is you can take one of your pre-cut pieces and you can go ahead and set it on there, make sure it's flush on the edges. Get your pencil and let's see, we got 2 5/8, 2 5/8. And then we'll make sure it's flush there, straight. And then we'll cut these in half. Alright, so now we got our 4 pieces, and what we want to do is you want to line them up to where one is on the outside and one is on the inside first. Then you'll take another one and you'll put it on the inside of the next one. And then your last one will go on the inside there. And so now you have a square box. And now we're gonna take some glue and nails and we're going to fasten them on the side here. So let's take these two first. So what I'm going to do first is we're going to put some nails in the ends here first. Get them started. Take and get them where the nails, you can get it to where the nails are poking out just a little bit. That way it'd be easier to go ahead and finish nailing it right into there. Take our wood glue. I want to apply it, just a bead along there. Just like so. Alright, so we got our nails fastened in there, and they're barely poking through. We put some wood glue on the piece. A little more here. And then what we want to do is you want to place it like that and then nail it in there. Alright, so I had to move the board to the floor so that I had more of a stick so it wasn't bouncing around. But we got our nails in, and if you want, for good measure, you can put one more in there just to make sure it's secure. But that is good. And if you have your square, you can take it and you can make sure it's square and you can make any adjustments you need to. And then our next piece is going to go on the inside here. So our nails are going to go through this back part here. So let's go ahead and get those started. All right, we have our nails started. As you see, it's peeking through a little bit there. We're going to take some wood glue and we're going to apply a nice little bead on there, like so. And we'll place it on there like that. Okay. So now we have our second board connected. As you can see, there was a knot there, so the nail went through the side. That's okay if that happens. It's still on there really good. So now our last piece, let's take it, and we're gonna do 2 sets of nails. So we're gonna do one through here and one through here. So we'll go ahead and get the nails started on this piece right here, and then we'll get the nails started on this piece right here. All right, so we have our nails started here, and then we got our nails started there. So now we'll add some wood glue and we'll get the first part of our box created. I would say probably the best way to start this is probably you want to do it this way and hammer these in first. And then once you have those hammered in, you can turn and hammer those in. There you have it. We have the first part of the box created. Now we need to create the bottom. So looking at the bottom of this box, you can see I have 3 separate planks kind of going along the bottom there. And what we'll do is we'll measure the width, and then most likely we could probably take one of these, cut it in half, and then cut one for the difference, and be able to just nail it right to the bottom. So let's figure this out here. So our board, you can take this, you can set it on there, and you can easily make a mark roughly about where the edge is. We'll know that's where we need to cut, and we'll cut our first board. Most likely we'll probably cut this in half after we cut this first bit. Okay, so we have our piece that's going to be our part of our bottom. I went ahead and cut another one the same length, so I just set the other one on top of it and marked it and cut another piece. So what we can do is we can cut this in half and then cut one the width of this. So that is to the edge of the box right there. And what that'll do, that'll give us that look of having 3 planks. So we're going to cut this one in half. So this is going to be 2 5/8. Our line that we're going to cut that in half, and then we have our edge piece that's going to go right here. So we're going to make a a line there to cut this one in half. So we'll go ahead and cut these, and we'll be back. Okay, so we have our bottom pieces here, and what we can do, we can lay them out and we can see they fit flush on there. And since these two are the same width, what I'm going to do, I'm going to swap these two. Put this small one in the middle, and there we go. There is our bottom of our grow box. And what we need to do is we will put nails all around the edge here. So probably about 3 here, and 2 on each board on either side, and 3 on the side. So my work table is not that stable, so putting it here on the floor gives me more stability to be able to nail these in. So what we want to do is, let's first get our nails started. We have our nice box. Now again, there's going to be some little imperfections and stuff like that, like the boards don't line up straight, nails coming out the side, but it is a solid box that now you can use it as a grow box for one of your bonsai plants. Okay, so the last things that we need to do for this, we want to, there, you can see there's little slats and stuff, but we want to have drain holes, and also to be able to have holes to where we can wire our trees in. So with a box this size, probably about 2 holes in the box, probably about on either side there, would be sufficient. So we'll go ahead and drill those in. And I'm using a 7/8 drill bit here, kind of to drill the hole. So if you have a drill and have this bit, they're not that expensive, and you can easily, or if you have a friend that has a bit that you can borrow, you can do that. Now, one trick to do to keep it from like splintering out, you can then come on the back side, put it where it puts your drill bit in the hole where it was starting to come through, and just finish the hole. And there you go. we'll go ahead and drill the other one. My battery's a little low on my drill, but we'll see if we can get this one through. And there we go. There is your grow box. I really hope you enjoyed today's video and how to make this very simple grow box that you can put your bonsai in to be able to allow them to mature more before you put them in a proper bonsai pot. With these measurements and everything, you can take the same methods that I used today and just increase the sizes. So maybe instead of cutting the board in half, you use the whole board, the whole 5.5-inch board, and you're able to have a bigger box. And for some of those yamadori that you find from nature, putting them in one of these grow boxes, a larger grow box, would definitely be beneficial to the tree and help it grow and mature as you style the tree moving forward. So again, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have not already, please subscribe if you enjoyed this content, and I'll see you next time.